So continuing on our journey with JavaScript, today we are going to study about arrays. We just said that arrays are objects that can hold heterogeneous values and then we studied about creating an array. We also said that um, arrays can be accessed using indexes, and the largest index possible is 4,000 something 4 lakhs something like that. But we won't use that much space. Then now we will be using first using creating array. Largest possible is this is something 49 something 429 496 something 32 bit, right? 32 bit indexes. So then now first we are going to create using an array literal. So let's do the let a equal to array literal. Then this is basically 0, starting from 0 to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have certain inbuilt methods as well. Remember, this will generate from array.prototype. We do array dot wait, I don't know whether we will get this. Let's see if it works. Identifier has already been declared. Saying let me see. I have to print it with something other. Array.prototype. I guess this we would be able to see in the browser. So it's what this is. Do we have? Let's go open new incognito. Split console and based according to directors. Please type string and then array.prototype. We got okay, let us declare an array. Let's just do console not log. And then see, now this is the prototypical chain. So what all methods that are available includes flatten the array, fill entries, copy within, splice. Okay. This is okay. What is this photo? This is array of meaning console.log. It can be accessed using 0. This is the first element in the array. 1. And then these are all. So can I access this object? Let's do a dot and see what one person will get. A dot length, copy within, find index, flatten for each. Auto is prototype of join case. pop, push, reduce, remove, shred, slice. The three dots now. The spread op. In ES6 later you can use the spread operator to include the elements of one array within any array. Later spread is it's like same thing, but here this becomes. So for example, I can create a new array, say new, and then just this way. Let's end this one and then the remaining is I'm getting problems. Variable declaration not allowed at this location. Or new keyword is also not allowed. Then oh yeah, oh this is even if I do this should work. So then now I have, or when I console.log this, I have new array generated. Really for fun. This spread operator is a convenient, this is going to do a shallow copy, not a deep copy. Now what is the difference between shallow and deep copy? Okay, let's what is C shallow copy. So there are two types of copies, right? One is shallow copy and deep copies. Let's see. Shallow copy. Now a shallow copy is a copy of an object where the top level structure is copied but the references are contained. For example, this is because so if I am okay, deep copy is something like a new array is created. And shallow copy is reference based copy. Yes, that's correct. So shallow is reference based copy. References to the object, meaning object will string point to the same object in the memory. So if you make changes in shallow copy, it will affect the original array and it is reference based. If you make changes in the inner objects, original objects as well, because it is reference based. So shallow copy is reference based and deep copy is creating a new array. Okay, this method works on any iterable operator. Iterable objects are what the for of loop iterates over. We saw them first. We'll see more about them in chapter 12. Strings are iterable. You can also use a spread operator to return any string into an array of single characters. So you can, so this is going to spread the string and it will be single. Set objects are iterable. Also, an easy way to remove duplicate elements from the array is to convert the array to a set and then immediately convert the set back to an array using the spread operator. So set or init, okay. Now the array constructor, so called the array. You can invoke this constructor in 3 distinct ways. It will this one. So when I pass it 10, then it will create. Oh, so basically inside is basically the this is array literal. Let's do this. this is first is using array literal, and this is using array literal, and this is using spread. Now let's do the third. Let's have a iPhone cluster here. And then let's now here what we are going to do, constructor, the constructor inside use specify the spacing, the length, the length of the array. Okay, so I can less let equal to new, then use array, and then so array of length 10 is generated, but then what is the value? And then the values are stored in the array, and the array index property 0 are not even defined for the array. This technique creates an array with the specified length. Okay, so this is where we're going to allocate memory. This allocate memory for 10 elements. Okay. In order to explicitly assign, we'll have to do something like let e is equal to new array, and then we pass the entire array, right? In this form, the constructor argument becomes the elements of the array. Using an array literal is the more simpler way than using the array constructor. And our third is using the array of. The array constructor function is invoked from one numeric argument. It uses that argument as an array line, but when invoked, that treats as an array. This means that the array constructor cannot be used to create an array with a single element. Also, the problem with this is when single element is used, it is control the size, and then this we cannot create single value. And then is array of. The address is okay. This is solved by array of. This is solved by array of. So maybe right now array dot of. Then we do this array of. And then calling 20. There's something we got to figure out about. Array dot prototype. This should work. We shouldn't need all the methods now. Is on 8, 2, 2, 3. This is an object. Array prototype. It's an object. Yeah, this is an array of 20. Array dot from is another array factory method that introduces usage is an expansion iterable or array-like object. It's fast. Okay. The array dot from is also similar to spread, I can say. Is array dot from. Reading and writing array elements. You can access the element using the index. A reference to the array should be appear to the left of the brackets. An arbitrary expression that is a non-negative integer. Okay, so the array indexes are non-negative. Creating an array and then array indexes are non-negative. Non-negative. Okay. What is special about arrays is that when you use the property name, they are non-negative integers. Array dot length. There are certain properties on arrays. Okay. Say certain methods. The first is so what is the dot length? Example for array. Okay. The fact that array index is simply type of object property name that JavaScript arrays. Array indexes are simply a special type of object property names. You can index using negative numbers. Now what happens when we use a number? Okay, reading and writing array. If you guys kind of object is correlated to Excel events works. JavaScript converts the numeric index array you specify to a string. The index will become string 1 and then uses the string as a property name. So he's saying how array is in array is a specialized kind of object. The square bracket used to access array element just look like the square brackets. Okay, JavaScript converts the numeric array index to specify to a string. The index 1 becomes string 1, then uses string as a property name. So he's saying how why can we use why can we access objects using arrays, as it is array is a specialized object. Not is often to clearly distinguish an array index from a property name. All indexes are property name, but only property names that are. So there is a range. All array objects can create properties of any name on them. If you use properties that are arrayed, however, arrays have a special behavior for updating them. Now that we can index an array using numbers that are negative or not integers. When you do this, the number is converted to a string. String is used as a property. Since the name is not a non-negative integer, it is treated as a regular. When we do this, the number is converted to a string and the string is used as the property name. Since the name is a non-negative integer, it is treated as a regular object property, not an array index. Also, is not note that we can use an index. An index in array can be negative or that are not integers. When you do this, it gets converted to a string. String is used as the property name. Since the name is not a non-negative integer, it is treated as a regular object property, not an array index. Also, if you index an array with a string that happens to be a non-negative integer, it behaves as an what is trying to say. This is going to create a property which has a key. Okay, if I say okay, there's something Now if we write type conversion happens, non-negative conversions it is treated as array index. And but if we write some negative, it is treated as property. Okay. Now the fact that array indexes are special objects, so since they are objects, there is no notion of out of bounds. When you query a non-X system property of an object, you don't get an error, you get undefined. This is true for objects, so there is no array out of bound issue. Array as array or object array. We don't have array out of bounds array. Sparse arrays. Sparse array is the one in which the elements do not have a contiguous indexes starting at 0. Normally, the length property of an array specifies the number of. If the array is sparse, the value of the length property is greater than the number of elements. Sparse arrays can be created with the array constructor by simply assigning to an array index larger than the current array length. Now, sparse. So this is A of 1000 is 0. Sparse arrays is arrays in which the length do not have contiguous indexes. Normally, the length property of an array specifies the number of elements in the array. If the array is sparse, the value of the length property is greater than the number of elements. Sparse arrays, what is this? Right now, we were dealing with non-sparse, something like that you say. Now sparse arrays in which the most of the elements have sparse arrays only store non-default values, significantly reducing memory usage when there are many such default values. Imagine you have an array with 1000 elements, much of which are zeros. So what is a sparse array? Sparse arrays are basically elements are not defined. Not all elements are defined. Like some elements are not defined or are explicitly set to undefined, and there are gaps between defined elements. Basically, what I'm saying is the length is 5, and I am setting the 1000 element to 0. So when I do this, the length becomes 1001. Oh yeah, so there will be gaps. Like so, here the second index does not exist, right? This is the sparse array where all the values does not exist. JavaScript arrays will work with non-sparse array.length. This gives the length of the array. So there is a typical characteristic of sparse arrays. Sparse arrays have gaps in the length of the array is greater than the number of elements. Since all elements are not occupied, right? This anyway, the first to describe I is greater. If we set the length property to non-negative, then its current value, any array element is indexed greater than or equal to or deleted from the array. So what it's trying to say is, this is a 7 to the equal 5, start with a. If I set the length equal to 3, then these two will get reduced. So consider two elements. Current order current is actually does not have any elements. It can be sparse area. Starting to add an elements, you do push will add values at the end. Okay. Non-sparse values are deleted, something like that. And then in sparse there will be gaps. Adding elements. Then we know how to add elements. Adding elements is these are dynamically set, right? So we do not need to really die now. We do not need to worry about the size. That's what it's trying to say. Right. So for example, I have that. Let's do LEDs. Now I do so I say LED series. Say it will. I do console.log. Let's see what I get. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 is omitted over here. 2 is replaced with 1. Oh, so if it's an empty array, then there is no element, right? Now it's like adding. We can use push dot if I do a push, it adds at the end, he's saying. So let's do let's push and the end. And then this is going to get clear at the end. So if I do it another one, where values are added at the end, right? Let's run and then cut this and Push at the end. If you want to use a for loop for an array, you need to know the indexes of each array. So for of with arrays, if you want to use a for of loop for an array, you need to know the index of each array element using the entries method of the array along with the structuring assignment like. So iterating is using for of looping or arrays using for of right. This is going to get destructured right into two arrays. This is index vector of actually something where so the way this is going to work is I need to use entries in our parentheses. Is what I do is I do console.log what does this give me? It gives an array iterator. This is a let's call this an array iterator object. Another good ways to array it is so this will have index. Let's see array destructuring first. Array destructuring. So we can do this and basically directly assigned to a drive. Let's do array destructuring. Array destructuring. Oh yeah. So what we can do is let's see destructure this. It's basically unpacking, breaking down and separating into its component parts. Let's see first what is destructuring. Destructuring is breaking down into component. Then one by one you can access the elements and directly assign it to A, B and C. Can destructure it. So then this name value is John and age is this. Can I create a new array using destruction? So this const is going to const of, so this is the variable then what is trying to say. I can spread this array inside over here. This is already spread, right? So let's, yeah, spread that array. Mm, why do we- Array destructuring works by matching the position of the elements. Okay, so that means this position gets matched to this. This is going to get matched to this. And the base on the order of the elements in the array. So one being this, two, and then third is the way you're assigning that. Okay. So then this is like a comma is equal to 8 to 3. What does 8 to 3 have how many elements? Then restructuring cannot really make it something else. B, okay, B is already used in computer. So now when I do A, should have the array elements. Is that what it's trying to say? Is undefined. There are so many places now. Okay, 8, 2, 3. Oh yeah, A is 10 now. And if this is the iterator, right? Just 9902. That is array of D. And then why is it coming undefined though? I'm restructuring it to well, let's change this one array D and see now what do I get? Yeah, that array was empty, so string using string interpretation or something. It's do we have something like $, and then parenthesis. This is literals or what? This literal. Okay. Do a dollar and then pass the variable name in the string. Let's go back to the bottom. Yeah. So now this is not this array dot entries gives returns an iterable key value pairs. So array does not have key value, it will be index value. Okay. Now let's do, there is another loop for each. This is a very famous loop for each element. Yes. So then this is like, you know, for each element run the function mentioned. Go on for each element. Okay, perform the specific. So then there is a callback function called for every element. The return value is void. Parameters are a function that accepts the 3 arguments. For each, calls the callback function one time for each element in the array. The object refers to this keyword can also refer to the callback function if this argument is omitted and defined is used as this value. I'm going to have 3 parameters in here. The first is a function that accepts for each calls the callback function one time for each element in the array. Array dot for each callback function. Yeah, so that is this is an arrow syntax. I haven't seen function yet. So then this will be this is an undefined function. Right? This does not have a I don't. It's called for each element. This can then so array to 3 has nothing, right? There's something else. Array 1992. As you will expect for it iterates the array in order and actually passes the array index. Like for of the for each is aware of the sparse and does not invoke the function for elements that are not there. Okay, so this won't work for each. For of is not know about sparse. This for each knows. Multi-dimensional arrays. An array iterator methods. This we studied, right? Now the difference between for each and map is mapping should return a value. Filter. Okay. This is something. These are 2-3 important methods that we need to study. Oh, we are almost there at functions. Yeah. Lightning, no, we don't want that. Now there are certain 2-3 types of methods That is very important. Let's see. We haven't studied what iterators are, right? Iterators, generators. That's why we are more confused right now. Okay, come. Basic array methods. In general, although these methods, while writing about these methods, keep in mind that some of them may modify the array. They are called and some of them leave the array unchanged. A number of methods return an array. One other times a method will modify the array and will also return a reference to the modified array. Each construction follows a group of related array iterator methods loop over elements of array, invoking a function that will specify on each of those elements. Stack and fill methods add and remove array. Several methods are for extracting the array iterator methods. The methods described in the section iterate over arrays by passing array elements in order to a function that you supply. Okay. Multi-dimensional is saying how to create a multi-dimensional array. For each is done. Remember, strings are a special type of an array itself. So multi-dimensional arrays to arrays. Unit matrix XY. That's the first. For each knows about sparse arrays. Now let's see about array iterator methods. Map, filter, and these are inbuilt methods that are very important. Array methods. Dot map. What does that do? It should return a value. Now, what is the drawback of for each? I mean, why we should not use for each? Is there any specific reason? The for each iterates through an array invoking a function you specify. But then why should we have a map if we can do? What's the using of? What's the one thing of methods like map, filter, and if we have like why should we do? And there are certain drawbacks he's saying. Unless and until do not specify a new array. Oh, okay. What is trying to say? Why we need other methods? The problem is for each does not return an array explicitly. Unless we work or we do something. Inside the loop. Dot map will return a new array. It also takes place in a callback as well. And filter is used when you want to select elements of an array that meet a certain condition. Again, so all of these will return a new array. So map and filter both return a new array. Is that what it's trying to say? Yeah, both map filter will always give us a new array back. Why did I open this? Yeah, so what he's saying is dot map generate an array based on certain criteria. That's what it is. Remember, for each does not by default generate an array. So that's the only negative point he's saying. Okay. Okay, so filter will work in both cases of sparse and non-sparse as well. Map will take every element, right? Does it skip or sparse? Predicate is before, so like array dot something. Flatten the array. This is a very nice. These are good methods, but then I haven't used any of them except for filter and map. For remaining, we can have like an algorithm developed, better version of the program. That's all for this lecture. Hope you guys got a good gist of what's array are, what are sparse and non-sparse stories, and see you in the next one with functions.